Hari Om and welcome to Dharma Kshetra session. So let's start with the prayer. Om Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So we are in the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is called Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga. And the main theme of this chapter is Bhagavan is describing about himself and his glories and more to come. From the 7th chapter onwards, it's all about Tat. The first 6 chapters was about Tvam, what am I? And that was very, and how I should behave, Karma Yoga, Dharma, all that was told to me. And then now, Bhagavan is speaking about his glories and how to have Ananya Bhakti towards Bhagavan. This is the theme of the second set of 6 chapters. And this Raja Vidya Raja Guhya is telling more about the same. How Bhakti and how realizing him and his ultimate glory is the purpose of life. So we had just finished 9.13, which is a very beautiful verse. Just to recall and quickly go through that. Yes, we have finished this. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakrutim ashritaha bhajanti ananya manasaha jnatva bhutadim avyayam. The Mahatmas, the great souls, they take shelter in my divine energy. Daivim prakrutim ashritaha bhajante ananya manasaha. And they know me, jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Bhutadim means Ishvara, the one who came before all the bhutas. And avyayam, I am imperishable, I don't perish. The bhutas perish, but I don't. So I am the bhutadim avyayam. And the Mahatmas know me as such. And they bhajante ananya manasaha. They sing my glories. They engage in my devotion with their minds fixed exclusively on me. So how do we all do that on a day-to-day basis? How do we have Ananya Bhakti towards Bhagavan? For example, how do I approach life on a daily basis? Anta, just one self-check. For example, what do I see when I see this? Apart from a mobile phone, how do I remember God?
Connection. We are connecting to higher souls, connecting to everybody else.
Very nice. Oh, yes. I'm glad your mic is working finally.
Higher Wi-Fi connection.
I switched off and came on. I switched off entirely and came on.
Good.
Higher universe is a big Wi-Fi, so you should connect with.
How nice. Okay. Any other thoughts, please? How do you think of God when you see objects in the world? Tattvat prakara. Yes, Shweta.
Yeah, when we see, a food or, any paper or anything, we just, do namaskara, by mistakenly we stamp also.
Correct. Correct. Ellanu Devru anbittu we have to Ishwarify everything, deify everything. when you see your parents, what will be the first thought that should come, at least now? Tvameva mata, tvameva pita. Again, see God in the parents. Everything. Who made the coffee is a famous example given by Prabhuji. Who made the coffee? We say, I'll make coffee, I'll make tea. Very casually we use such words. I'm making food, I'm cooking anta. But at the background, we should always be aware that I cannot do anything unless God wills. Trinamapi na chalati tena vina. Isn't it? When I have to make coffee, there's a famous example given by Prabhuji. If I have to make coffee, my hand has to lift. If my hand has to lift, so many liters of blood has to flow through my hands. So many neurons have to start, so many electrical neuronic connections have to start clicking in my brain. Who is doing all that? It's all involuntary. I have got nothing, not even a small thing is a voluntary, this thing on my part. So those remembrances should be there all the time. Meaning what God is saying in this chapter is, finding God cannot be a hobby. It is a living, breathing practice. We have to inculcate that into our everyday actions, living, breathing practice. Okay, all right. So, as a continuation of this particular shloka, God continues, 9.14. So, what I'll do is, I will chant this slowly, like Nirmala always asks me to. Just one quarter, and one of you can follow, and then the others can do it fully. Okay. First, who will chant? Yaradru obru heli.
ನಾನು chant ಮಾಡ್ಲಮ್ಮ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ others can follow full ಅಂತ. So 9.14. ಸತತಂ ಕೀರ್ತಯಂತೋ ಮಾಂ. ಹೇಳಿ.
yatantaśh dṛiḍha-vratāḥ.
Prepare that, you repeat that satataṁ kīrtayanto. You just follow after me anta.
satataṁ kīrtayanto māṁ.
yatantaśh dṛiḍha-vratāḥ.
yatantaśh dṛiḍha-vratāḥ.
namasyantaśh māṁ bhaktyā.
namasyantaśh māṁ bhaktyā.
nitya-yuktā upāsate.
nitya-yuktā upāsate.
Yes. Next to ellaru, you can just chant properly.
satataṁ kīrtayanto māṁ yatantaśh.
Yes. Continue, Jayashri. namasyantaśh māṁ bhaktyā nitya-yuktā upāsate.
Satataṁ kīrtayanto māṁ yatantaśh dṛiḍha-vratāḥ namasyantaśh mā bhaktyā nitya-yuktā upāsate.
Very good.
Purna, you have to do twice.
All right. Nirmala, you carry on then. Satataṁ kīrtayanto māṁ.
Satataṁ kīrtayanto māṁ.
yatantaśh dṛiḍha-vratāḥ.
yatantaśh dṛiḍha-vratāḥ.
namasyantaśh māṁ bhaktyā.
namasyantaśh māṁ bhaktyā.
nitya-yuktā upāsate.
nitya-yuktā upāsate.
Thank you. Nice. Next.
ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೇಳಿ ರಮ.
ಸತತಂ ಕೀರ್ತಯಂತೋ ಮಾಂ ಯತಂತಶ್ಚ ದೃಢವ್ರತಾಃ ನಮಸ್ಯಂತಶ್ಚ ಮಾಂ ಭಕ್ತ್ಯಾ ನಿತ್ಯಯುಕ್ತಾ ಉಪಾಸತೆ.
Very nice. Next. ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾರು? Yes, please.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते.
Very beautiful. Next.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते.
Very nice, Shaila.
सततं
Satatam. Go ahead, good.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते.
Very nice. Yes, Suma.
Yeah. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya-yuktā upāsate.
Very good. Next. Shweta.
सततं
Heli.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्त उपासते.
Very lovely. Amele? Yes, please.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते.
Very lovely. Amele?
I can go next.
Yes, please.
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha vrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upāsate.
Very nice, Shweta.
Thank you.
Atmaja, are you able to?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रतः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते.
Okay. So, satatam kirtayantaha. What do they do? Satatam, always. Kirtayantaha, singing my glories. Yatantaha. They are striving with great determination. Yatna. They are doing yatna. And dṛiḍha-vratāḥ is great determination. Namasyantaha. Humbly blowing down before me. Mam bhaktyā. And they worship me. Nitya-yuktā. Always they are in loving devotion towards me and they worship me. So what is different about this shloka and the other one? We'll just see. Explore it. What is kirtana? Kirtan is to be not just singing or praising anything. Singing, praising, chanting, talking about God. So it is one of the Navavidha Bhaktis of the Naradiya Bhakti Sutras. Kirtana is to sing the glories of the God in any manner. And even glorifying that state in the state of dhyana. That is also kirtana. And then satatam, nirantara. Like the sun and the water and the rain. How the nature is continuously in the kirtana of the Lord only. Satatam. Isn't it? We don't think of it like that, but we should start thinking of it in such a manner. When we see God, we should say, God is... When we see the sun, satatam kīrtayanta. Sun is satatam is doing the glory of the God. It is the glory. It is the vibhuti of the God. Nothing else. The shining of the sun is a vibhuti. Vibhuti means glory. What else is it other than the glory of the God? Everything in nature is glory of God. Even the worst criminal on earth is also glory of the God. We just have to know how to understand, how to look at it in that manner. Let's not go there. Let us go with the beautiful stuff right now. Then nitya-yuktā means what? How do we do glory of the God? Nitya-yuktā, nitya, every moment, every day. Yuktā, engaged in service of the Lord. So many ways God has given. In the first 6 chapters only is given. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga. All sorts of yogas are only for this nitya-yuktā, upasana of the Lord. And then dṛiḍha-vratāḥ, single-minded commitment. What is the single-minded commitment? Nothing can dissuade me from this path. No little temptation on the wayside will make me take a detour. My mind is focused. I am headed towards God realization. That is my focus. That is my goal. Every moment of my life, I need to be aware of that and I need to be committed to that. dṛiḍha-vratāḥ. I am not dissuaded by this path. And why would I be? I mean, everything has been promised by God on this path. You come to me, I'll take care of everything, he says in the following this thing. And then, how not to displease God? There are many ways to please God and there are many ways to displease God also. What are the ways that I could displease God? Not that he can be displeased still. In a manner of speaking, how can I not displease God? Any thoughts? Yeah, Devaru kopa baratte, huh?
Treating others unfairly and rudely.
Yes. I know this is moral science stuff. Yes. So yeah, and at our level, now that we are mature and in our 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, indulging too much in the senses. That is it. Indulging too much in sense object, running behind. We have seen, been there, done that, isn't it? There is a certain degree of maturity that we have achieved. At least now we should know that this is not the be all and end all of life. So Mahatma say the joy of indulgence in the senses is nothing in front of the pain of separation from God. Anta. That means don't forget God even when you are indulging in the senses. Okay. Satataṁ, night and day, through kirtana, to bhajana, through everything one has to indulge in remembrance of God. Satsanga. That's a great, wonderful tool, a wonderful platform for all of us to connect together with God. Yatantaśh. How do we do the yatna? How are we doing this? Heng ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? Leading a normal life, spiritualized by the Gita. Ashte. Nenilla. And even when we are pursuing our desires and welfare and goals, we are always aware of the Dharma part of it. Only in a dharmic manner we are indulging, we are fulfilling all our worldly goals also. Right? Amale, namasyantaśh, worship me, surrender to me. What is this namaste madodu? What is the real meaning of namaste means? Worshipping God means ego is always, at any given point of time, I subdue my ego. I stamp on it. Whenever I see it, coming up, I just alle hakpidbeku. How? Because in subduing my ego is the strength. So a beautiful example is given about Vali and Sugriva. Both of them were extremely powerful. Both of them were extremely, they were obbriginta obru kadme irlilla. But Vali had a boon that whenever he stands in front of his opponent, half of his energy comes to him. You remember that kind of strength he had a boon. That's why when Sugriva goes in front of him, half of Sugriva's energy comes to Vali and he becomes even more powerful. You know what that means? That negative energy is very easily filled up. Very easily to fill up this negative energy for some reason. That gravity is too much. Gravity towards, the lower is too much. And so, Vali went on winning. Then what did Sugriva do? He surrendered to Rama. That's all it was required. I am not fighting. You are fighting. You take care of me. Once I do that surrender, all the evil in front of me will be subdued. So, the seeker, all of us, maybe at first, when we are not yet mature, when we are not yet, all seekers, we don't come with total surrender at first. Only when we start listening and more and more and more to the glories of the God, then our all our stuck up notions and all, they start melting, and we also become fluid, and we start worshipping Lord with more and more humility. That is the dṛiḍha-vratāḥ is required for that purpose. Because only when I keep at it, when a big rock is being found and hit and molded more and more and more, then only a beautiful sculpture comes out. That is why we need to sculpt ourselves always on being in the namasyanta, yatantaśh, bhajantaśh, bhaktyā, upāsate. Ella, we have to keep doing it all the time. Surrender gives strength. Surrender gives strength. Surrender does not mean fatalism. It does not mean fatalism. It means a quiet strength that comes from surrender to God, isn't it? And then, tell me, any inputs you have? Any of you, please share about this shloka. God helps those who help themselves. See, surrender does not mean that I leave it to God and I keep quiet and not do anything or whatever. I mean, there are several ways of misunderstanding this surrender to God concept. Actually, there are certain things that when you are indulging, when you are interacting with the world, there are some qualities that the scriptures give that one should have. I'll just read them out. Udyamam, hard work. All these are the God helps those who help themselves is what we are talking about. So how can I help myself? I should be udyami. I should be a hard worker. I should make my effort in the best possible manner in the to my limits. I have to do. Udyamam is important. Yatna. And then sahasam. What is the sahasam? Not that bravery that I will take a gun and go and fight in the war field. No. Sahasam means persistence, enthusiasm, consistently enthusiastic about something needs a lot of sahasa. Sometimes it is not conducive. Environment is not conducive for me to indulge in my, in bhakti. But that needs sahasa, and we need that. Persistence and enthusiasm is needed. And then dhairyam. Dhairya beku. What is this dhairyam? Conviction. Conviction and courage that I am on the right path. So dhairyam is needed. Buddhi, of course. Buddhi is always, it's not just for bhakti, it is for everything in all the activities that I do in life. All these are the qualities that God has said, you should have all this. Then only I'm going to help you. Buddhi, intelligence, mental resources are very important. Even the buddhi to surrender also should be there. Not just the wherewithal to continue, do your work with that skills. Then Shakti. Physical effort is also needed. A certain amount of physical resources and financial resources are needed. Shakti is needed. Parakramaha. Parakramaha is inner confidence to take my work to its completion. A little more than sahasa. Sahasa is to keep at it. Parakrama is to reach the goal. The mental conviction to be able to reach the goal. If all these are there, it's a deadly combination of all these beautiful qualities plus humility. All these qualities plus humility, surrender to God, that is karma yoga, is what God says in another occasion. So lovely, no? So it's a self-check.
It is almost asking for power to handle the whole issue. Power, grace.
Grace.
Huh?
Yes.
Grace
yes.
and power to empower me to take it on.
Yes, correct. See, we all have everything to a certain degree. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. And then with surrender comes grace also. It makes it more easy. Okay. Anything else about this shloka you people want to share? Please share.
This particular shloka that you just spoke about, Ala, these 5-6 qualities, this shloka is also part of the Gita?
La. It is in some other scripture. It has come and I had just made a note. It doesn't come in the Gita.
Okay.
Udyamam, sahasam, dhairyam, buddhi, shakti, parakramaha. Shadete yatra vartante. Shada, all these 6 qualities, yatra vartante. Where these 6 qualities abide, tatra deva sahaya krita. Their gods will help.
Superb. Very nice.
Sumne, I cannot sit at the corner of a street and beg and say, okay, I have surrendered to God, you please give me. Illa. Shadete yatra vartante, tatra deva.
We usually surrender to God out of desperation. Na ella madaitu nan kaili ivaga aagta illa nee nodko anta. We surrender because we are unable to handle it. Only then we remember him. We've done all this, then also it doesn't work. We surrender. Better to surrender earlier. With conviction earlier.
Like Ramakrishna said, many zeros make no sense. Just put 1 in front of the 0, everything takes on a huge value. So that 1 is God. So put the horse before the cart. The horse is God. Do not put the cart before the horse. Very nice. Okay.
I'll read this, Amaidu.
Heli.
In the previous verse, it is declared that the Mahatmas worship the Lord with single-minded devotion. Here, the manner of worship is explained. They think, sing and speak of the Lord's glory always. Such adoration comes through constant striving. The striving is not intermittent, but continuous. They are steadfast in vows. The Lord emphasizes firmness many times. The mind is saturated with powerful past samskaras, impurities of raga and dvesha, acquired through several births. They cannot be eliminated except by firmness and steadfast striving. The seeker has to practice certain vows to purify the body and mind. For example, fasting, silence, japa, dhyana, brahmacharya. These vows should be followed with cheerfulness, courage, and determination. Otherwise, progress on the spiritual path is obstructed and the seekers are drawn away from the goal by the force of ignorance, that is avidya. Firm vows are strong weapons with which avidya could be defeated and overcome.
Very good. Big words. Let us break it down for our sake and do whatever little things we can. Okay, this is next one is not a selected shloka, but still quickly we'll go through it because it's very beautiful. Jnana yagnena chapyanye yajanto mam upāsate ekatvena prithakvena bahudha vishvato mukham. Just 1 person can chant, and there are 3 more shlokas. 1 person can chant. Yaar heltira?
Na heltene.
Helirama.
Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upāsate ekatvena prithakvena bahudha vishvato mukham.
Very nice. Idén ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ anye, others. Ivaga God spoke all this while. God spoke about the total bhaktas who are surrendered to him. Anye, what do the anya people do? Bhakti marga ಹೇಳಾಯ್ತು. Ivaga others engage in the yagna of cultivating knowledge. Jnana yagnena api, even with the jnana yagna, people worship me. What we are doing right now is jnana yagna, Gita jnana yagna, made famous by the Chinmaya mission. Now here in our Light of Self Foundation, we are doing Gita-Jyoti. Okay. We are doing this jnana yagna only. Gita jnana yagna is happening. And we are cultivating knowledge. Knowledge about what? Knowledge about God, about the glories of the God, about how to, what am I, what is God, and how both are same. And this is the jnana yagna that is going on. Yajanto mam upāsate. They worship me as they yajante. Through jnana yagna, they yajante. How? I am non-different from them. What does jnana yagna do? It's the total Advaita philosophy. I am not different from God. Anta tilkodode jnana yagna. While others worship me as I am separate from them. Bhakti, Dvaita, no problem. Still others worship me in the infinite manifestations of my cosmic form. Bahudha vishvato mukham. Any which manner you come to me. Ashte, God is saying, whether to jnana yagna or to bhakti or through upasana or through ekatvena is advaita, ekatvam, pruthakvam. I am separate from God. I am your servant, O Lord. Pruthakvena. Pruthak means separation. And bahuda vishwathomukam. Many ways. Bahuda. Bekadashtu. There are so many ways to propitiate God. Okay. So, which is the best avella enilla? In the Jnana Yajna, what is the havis which is offered? The havis is ignorance. Where is it offered? In the fire of knowledge. Jnana Yajna is supposed to be the highest of the Pancha Yajnas. Pancha Yajnas we know which they are, but Jnana Yajna or Rishi Yajna is supposed to be the highest, because that is the one ultimately leading to moksha, is what it is said in the scriptures. So all suffering is because of ignorance, and we put the havis of ignorance in this thing. Chinmayananda used to take this Jnana Yajna, Gita Jnana Yajna as the only worship. I read somewhere. It was the only worship for Chinmayananda. He wouldn't do any other puja part. Maybe he did, but not as much as he loved doing Jnana Yajna. And when he used to stride into, I'm sure all of us have heard how Chinmayananda speaks in his videos. He used to stride into the room and, very tall man, imposing man. He would say, where is my puja samagri? Where is my puja samagri? Means what? Where is my chair? Where is my book? Where is my, like that. All that was his puja samagri. For us, where is my laptop? Where is my tablet? Where is my phone? Where is my Gita, notes? That is my puja samagri. That is Jnana Yajna. And Hanuman, never tired of talking of Hanuman. He had integrated everything. Deha buddhya tu dasoham. When I am in Deha Bhava, I am your dasa. I use my body for the establishment of Dharma. As a dasa of Rama, I am establishing Dharma with Deha. Deha buddhi is for us 99% Deha buddhi. Deha buddhi goes only when I am sleeping. So, remember, when I am in Deha buddhi, which is always, I am always doing Dharma. Deha buddhyatu dasoham. Innenu jiva buddhyatu tvam amshaha. Jiva buddhi. Oh, jiva is salpa mental level alli. When I think about God, I am your amsha. I am your amsha. You are the whole and I am your amsha anta. He was always in dhyana of the Lord. When he was not doing kaya karma, he was doing manasa karma, manasa dhyana. And then atma buddhya tvameva aham. When I go deeper and I think of myself as the Atma, I am nothing but you anta. Three more margadalli we can do Jnana Yajna. Okay. And then the next few shlokas of this Bahuda Vishwathomukam kind of worship. Beautiful shlokas. Adan one more shloka ide, adan repeat madbitre, we'll have an idea of the Vibhuti of the Lord. The next chapter is Vibhuti Yoga. More and more Vibhuti, the glory of the Lord. But here, these little things in the next 3 verses, they trigger at any point of time when I'm looking at the world, interacting with the world, I should be contemplating on these shlokas so that it triggers the God consciousness in me. Okay, this is 9.16. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadaham aham aushadham mantroham ahame vajyam aham agnir aham hutam. ಒಬ್ರು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Who will chant this? Any one volunteer?
ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಮ್ಮ?
ಮಾಡಿ ಚಂದ್ರ
ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ, ಸುಮಾ ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೇಳಿ.
ಅಹಂ ಕ್ರತುರಹಂ ಯಜ್ಞಃ ಸ್ವದಾಹಮಹಮೌಷಧಂ ಮಂತ್ರೋಹಮ ಹಮೇ ವಾಜ್ಯಂ ಅಹಮಗ್ನಿರಹಂ ಹುತಂ.
See, so beautiful, so beautiful. The whole world is my manifestation. Ashte God is reminding us of that. Every little thing, think of me. I am the kratu. What is kratu? Aham kraturu. I am the ritualistic worship. Ritualistic worship ಮಾಡೋದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನೇ. It's not that I am sitting there and you are worshipping me. No. The entire process is me alone. Aham kratu. In the Shrutis, ritualistic worship is called as kratu. And in the Smritis, it's called as yajna. That was one, I came across this little factoid. Shrutis andre eno? Vedagalali. Alva? In Veda, in the Karma Kanda, it's all about ritualistic worship. Everything is said in all the how the pancha yagnas have to be, how the nitya karmas, naimitya karmas, nimitta karmas, nishiddha karmas, everything is detailed in the Karma Kanda of the Vedas. There it is said kratuhu, that is kritu, that is ritualistic worship comes in the Shrutis. Whereas in the Smriti, Bhagavad Gita is a Smriti, if you remember. In the Smriti, it is called a yajna. Same, because yajna, it is non-Vedic. It is secondary to the Vedas. It's a non-Vedic way of worshipping God. Okay. So, aham kratuhu, aham yajnaha. Both are me only. Aham swadha. What is a swadha? Swadha is the offering to the Pitrus. What we just did in the Pitru Paksha. Swaha is the offering to the lords, to the devatas, and swadha is the offering to the Pitrus. And then aham aushadham. Aushadham is everything, all the whole of plant kingdom from which anna is given. Anna is supposed to be medicine, aushadha. That is why the word itself for anna was aushadha. But now, unfortunately, aushadha has become our anna. Medicine have become our anna. That's never mind. So, aushadhi means plant kingdom. I'm every little grain you eat is me, Lord is saying. Aham mantraha, mantroham. Ahameva ajyam. The mantra I'm repeating is me. Why? I am the matrika shakti. I am the force behind the matrikas. Matrikas means the letters, the alphabets. I am the force. I am the mantra. Ahameva ajyam. Ajyam means ghee, oblation. I am the butter. I am the ghee which you are pouring in the yajna. Aham agnihi. Where are you pouring it into? It's into me only. Brahmarpanam brahma havihi. Aham agnihi. Aham hutam. Aham the ahuti also. There is nothing apart than God, is what he is saying. So beautiful, so beautiful. Next shloka, 17. Pita.
This is really nice, Purnimaji. It makes me think of one of the songs, right, from Purandara Dasa, where he says, "Kereya neerannu kerege chelli." It's literally pretty much the same way, right?
Yeah. Isn't it? Beautiful.
Yeah.
And he goes on. Pita aham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram onkara riksamaya jurevacha. Yes, Suma, you can chant.
Yeah. Pitaham
asya jagato.
Okay. Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram onkara rikasya jurevacha.
Riksamaya jurevacha.
Riksamaya jurevacha.
Yes. Pitamaham asya jagataha. I am the universe. I am the father of the universe. Mata also. What about mother? I am the mother. I am also the mother. Mata. And I am the dhata. I am the upholder. I am the dhata. I am the upholder. His dhata means it's also karma phala data. Okay. And then heltane. And Pitamaha also. Okay, if you are the father, who is your father?
Can you stop sharing?
I am the father, I am the grandfather. ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ನಾವ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ ಕನ್ನಡಲ್ಲಿ, ಏನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಅಂತ. ಹೌದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪನೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಿಮ್ ತಾತನೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಂತ. God is saying, I am all in all. There is nothing beyond me. I'm everything. Pitamaham, asya jagatah pitamaha, mata also, dhata also, and pitamaha also. Vedyam pavitram onkaraha. I'm the pavitra onkara. The first there was the word, and then there was the world. Omkara came first. From there, the vibrations, the world was formed. I am the Omkara. Pavitram, the holy Omkara is me. I am the purifier. Pavitram, I am the purifier of the entire universe. And I am the goal of knowledge. I am the sacred syllable Om. And I am the Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda. Everything I am only. Anta ella is declaring. ಏನಂತೀರಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎರಡು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು we will close. ಗತಿರ್ಭರ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಭು ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ನಿವಾಸಶ್ಚರಣಂ ಸೃಹತ್ ಪ್ರಭವಃ ಪ್ರಳಯಸ್ಥಾನಂ ನಿಧಾನಂ ಬೀಜಮವ್ಯಯಂ. Who will chant this? Anyone, please? Don't stand on any.
Gatir Bhatta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Sruhat Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam.
Yes. Gatihi. I am the Gatihi. I am the supreme goal. Gati means the goal, the lakshya. Yen Gati, what is the purpose of my life? I am the purpose of your life. I am the purpose of all living beings. And I am also there, Sakshi, Master, Witness, Prabhu. I am the Sakshi in everyone. There is no different Sakshi in you, in me, in the ant, in the cockroach, in the plant. Just imagine the expanse. Just imagine the depth of this statement. I am the Sakshi in everything. Sakshi means what? The knower, the witness. I am the Sakshi of everything, of all living. Nivasaha. I dwell in all beings as the Sakshi. Sharanam Shruhita. I am also your friend. I am also your friend. I am your abode. I am your shelter. Prabhavaha, Pralayaha. I am the creator, sustainer, destroyer. Yalla declare matadane. Lord is saying, I am everything. Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. I am the repository and I am the Avyayam Bijam, eternal. Pralaya, one yuga aitu, next in on barate. After Pralaya, everything goes back into seed form and everything comes back. Beautiful. See, people ask atheists, who is God? Where is God? Where can I see him? Where can you not see him? That's the question. Not just in the material, in the immaterial, in the unmanifest also, there is only God. In all the mental world also, there is only God. In the feelings, there is God. In the emotions, there is God. In the words, there is God. Everything. He is the Bharta, he is the Karta. Everything I am. I am the Avyayam, imperishable seed of everything. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Karaka. And I am still there. Everything becomes Laya. I am still there. What is that beautiful imagery we have? Kararavindena padaravindam, Mukharavindena vinimeshayantam, Vatasya patrasya mukheshayanam, Balam mukundam namasasmarami. Can someone explain that beautiful verse? What does it say? Yen helta ide aa verse alli? Come on. I'm sure we have heard that, Kalva. We have a beautiful metaphor of Balakrishna floating on a vatapatra, banyan leaf, in the ocean of existence. Remember? And what is the doing? He's sucking his toe. It's a beautiful shloka which says, Kararavindena padaravindam. Kayinda, kara, in the hands he's holding the toe. Mukharavindena vinimeshayantam. He is putting his toe into his mouth. Mukharavinda. And Vatasya patrasya muteshayanam. He is sleeping on the aladele. and Balam Mukundam. What does it mean? Ella pralaya ag, ella srushti stuti laya ag nasha admelunu, I am there as Prabhu Sakshihi. Krishna is always there as Sakshi. He is there. You know, that is the beauty of this shloka. And then, innondu beautiful shloka to remind us of God at every waking minute. Tapam yaham varsham nigruna. Nigrunamyas. Okay, can somebody read that for me? Somebody who's been chanting the Gita all the time. Amrutam chaiva mrutyuscha sada satchaham arjuna. Okay. Nigrunami utsrujami cha. Nigrunami utsrujami cha. Okay. Anyone wants to chant this? Tapamyaham varsham. Yaar heltira?
I think that word is really hard. Nigrunami.
Nigrunami utsrujami. Hang helbodu.
Utsrujami. Okay, I'll try this. Oh, okay.
Ibru try ಮಾಡಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
Okay. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ.
ತಪಾಮ್ಯಹಂ ವರ್ಷಂ ತಪಾಮ್ಯಹಮಹಂ ವರ್ಷಂ. ಹೇಳು ಅಷ್ಟಷ್ಟೇ.
ಓಕೆ. ತಪಾಮ್ಯಹಂ ಅಹಂ ವರ್ಷಂ ನಿಗೃಣಾಮಿ. ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
ನಿಗೃಹಣಾಮಿ ಉತ್ಸೃಜಾಮಿ ಚ.
ನಿಗೃಣಾಮಿ ಉತ್ಸೃಜಾಮಿ ಚ.
ಅಮೃತಂ ಚೈವ ಮೃತ್ಯುಶ್ಚ.
ಅಮೃತಂ ಚೈವ ಮೃತ್ಯುಶ್ಚ.
ಸದಾ ಸಚ್ಚಾಹಂ ಅರ್ಜುನ. ಸಚ್ಚಾಹಂ. ಸದಾ
ಸಚ್ಚಾಮ ಅರ್ಜುನ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಟಂಗ್ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದು.
ಹೌದು. Who else wanted to chant this?
Tapamyaham varsham nigruhnamyutsrujami cha amrutam chaiva mrityuscha tadasachaham arjuna.
Very good. ನೋಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ಅರ್ಜುನ. Yeah. So Purnimaji, I think I have one question. ಈಗ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ four ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, at the end of the day, I think Bhagwan is telling us, I am it, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನೇ, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಎಂಡು, ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಇದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರಲ್ವಾ? ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂಡ್
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು.
ನಂಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ. ಓಕೆ, ಗಾಡ್.
ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಓವರ್. 18 ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕಾಗೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ he has to reiterate. ಅರ್ಜುನನ್ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅರ್ಜುನಂಗ್ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಮತ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನಂತೀಯಾ?
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಸೊ ತಪಾಮಿ ಅಹಂ, ಐ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ದ ಹೀಟ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಸನ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ನಿಗೃಹಾಮಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಐ withhold. I radiate as well as I withhold. And amritam chaiva, I send forth as a rain. Full monsoon cycle is describing. See, ನಾವು ಬರೀ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ವಿ ಇದು ಸೈಕಲ್, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಇವಾಗ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಓ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಗ್ಲೋರಿ ಆಫ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಆಮ್ ದ ಇದು ಅಮೃತಂ, ಆಮ್ ಇಮ್ಮಾರ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಮೃತ್ಯು. ನಾನು ಮೃತ್ಯುನು ನಾನೇ. ಓ ಅರ್ಜುನ, I am the spirit as well as the matter. He has covered everything in this shloka. I am the matter, I am the spirit. ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡು ನಾನೇ, ಅದ್ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಇರೋನು ನಾನೇ. I am the manifest, I am the unmanifest. I am this, I am that. I am death also. Is death auspicious or inauspicious? What do you think, people? Death ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ?
It is the beginning, next new beginning after death. So it is auspicious.
Very nice. Okay.
I think because there is birth, there is death, right? If there was no birth, there would be no death.
Absolutely. Yeah. The question is, am I afraid of death or not? Do I look at death as auspicious or inauspicious?
It's a beautiful end. It's a beautiful end to life led. It's a beautiful end.
It's a beautiful end. Okay. Any more thoughts on this?
We practically, when we see Purnimaji, when we reach that stage only, we could see, we could understand whether we are scared or not.
Yes, we are scared only.
We will get so many thoughts, right?
Yes. That's why this.
I think that's fear of death.
Sorry, go ahead.
They say fear of death is the ultimate fear.
Ultimate fear. And then the fear.
Because I think that is our shortcoming, right? That's why we read this. And that's why you understand, because soul never dies. That's what we say. The end comes only to the body. The soul is supposed to continue on. And I think what we are doing is practicing, like, this is like it should be like a marathon, practicing to get to that end. And that's when we realize, hey, it's okay. It's time to move on, and let's see where we are going to go. Whether you want to like go become one with him, or are we coming back as what? I think we are sowing the seeds throughout. And I think this class is a huge part of that, sowing the seed.
Yes. So identifying myself with the Atma is the whole marathon running is all about that.
Yeah. I think more and more, I think now I understand. I know that was a silly question I said, because Bhagavan did talk about it in Shloka 1, in chapter 1, right? He said, Nimitta Matra, you have to go do the Yuddha, right? It's already happened. Look at me. That's what he says.
Yeah.
When Arjuna says, I cannot do it, right? But I think this repetition is, again, I think we needed the 18 adhyayas to like learn to run a marathon. So that way it kind of helps us to be in him. When I started this, I really didn't think about God a lot. I was very practical. Now, like I think in each adhyaya we go, like, now I think last time some of our classmates said, while cooking, they think of him, when you sing, that's of course you're singing about him or anything. So you've started to think more and more about him. So I try to incorporate that every time more. And I feel like it's like exercising too, right? Not a physical one, a mental exercise, where every day, if I can think about him 1 minute more, that's a huge win. That's how I started to do it. I know it's silly, like, it's trying to be mindful, but also trying to make sure that, okay, I thought about him a little bit more than I did yesterday. That's how I look at it. That's a huge win for me personally. So
the way to go, Shweta. Beautiful sharing. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Anyone else?
First we learn ABCD.
Yeah.
Then there is a practice book. Where you practice. Cursive writing, when you do, you have a practice book.
Cursive writing.
Well, in the second chapter, all his teachings were over.
True.
Now we are following the practice book. In the 18th chapter, it's a practice book. How can we incorporate everything in our life practically?
Ashte. Yeah.
Otherwise, it is only the theoretical knowledge we have.
Yes.
True.
Padmaja wanted to say something?
Yes. I think the question that we were given is, are you afraid of death?
Yes.
Is death auspicious or inauspicious? I think before even answering the question, we have to look at it. Everybody who's born is going to die. It's a fact, known factor. Okay, there is a life after death. That is all secondary. But this is the fact that we are there in this life. So birth idre andre death iride irutte. Yavagirutte yargu gottilla. Nobody knows when, what, and all. So I think once you accept this particular fact that there is death, okay, and who, when, and all, nobody knows. It's not written. So once you are aware of this fact and accept this, then there is no fear. So then there is nothing to fear, and you do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, correct.
As Nirmala said, we have to be practical. Avaga fear irala. And when there is no fear, I think people can, act more sensibly. Fear illa now. Now there is nothing to fear about it. Because of the fear, they try to, do a lot of things. So, adondu, auspicious or inauspicious, I think we need not even consider if something is auspicious or something is. People consider birth as very auspicious, death as kind of thing. I think we don't have to consider that way. Everything is in life is auspicious. Go with that, then take it.
Correct.
Everything is auspicious, anta hogbidu. This is as simple as
God is saying, Nane ella ant heladmele. How can God be inauspicious? In what angle can he be inauspicious? Impossible.
So I think, I like your point actually. It was really good. But I think we should not even use the word auspicious, because the minute you say auspicious, inauspicious comes to forefront, right?
It's just a
So
process.
we just have to nullify it. And you know what? We have to nullify it. The way I've started to think about it is more and more, I nullify it. Soul is going to continue to exist whether my body exists or not. I think we all are afraid of death, or we grieve death in a different way, because I personally feel like we miss the person because of what stuff they were going to do. Honestly, the more I think about it, the only person who really grieves at death is if a mother loses her child. That pure love, I think that's where I think some of that.
But love
grief
is
might
for
come.
the form, name and form, no, Shweta?
Yeah, name and form again, right? I mean, it's really, it's hard to live it. I get that. I'm trying to get over this thing and trying to ingrain in my brain the soul exists. That's the whole teachings, what we've been learning. And we are all part of him. We come and go out in a different form away from him, but we are ultimately trying to go to him. So I think it's
See, it is just a process. Shweta,
yeah.
It's just a process. Birth, growth,
decay,
disease,
janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi.
Yeah, it's just a process. Don't give too much importance to it.
No, wait. No. See, it's we cannot dismiss the pain and the pangs of separation and the sorrow. That also should not be dismissed. Why? What is God saying? That is also me only. Remember, the sorrow is also God. Nothing is other than God. There is God only is. You feel anger, that's God. You feel sorrow, that's God. You feel fear, that's God. Everything is God, man. Why should we, that is what he's saying in the previous shloka. Bahudomukham. People are worshipping me in Vishwatam, Bahudomukham. In so many ways in the world, people are worshipping me. He's saying, without our knowledge, we are worshipping him. Why? Because we feel all the emotions, navarasas. Who is Navarasa Nayaka? It is God only. All the rasas we feel is God. Raso Vaisaha. It is said in the Vedas. He is the rasa. He is the essence of everything. All emotions. All the feelings that I have. Whether it is fear or whatever. And you said, why is there auspiciousness? Because inauspicious comes. That is world. Dvaita is the world. The moment I open my mouth, I am in the world of duality. In the world of duality, there is both auspicious, inauspicious. And God is saying, I am everything. And in the previous one, he said, I am Sat and I am Asat also. That was the shloka in the 9.19. He said, Aham Mrityu, Aham Amrutam, I am mortality, I am immortality. Aham Sat and I am Asad. Asad means whatever the world you are seeing, which is mithya, jagat that you are seeing, that is also me only. So, bottom line, God is everything. Finish.
So, Purnima, just a quick question. Then, even the eclipse is auspicious, right? It is also created by God.
Yes.
So
why should one be scared of it?
Why should we? That's what. Yeah.
Because I'm scared of it because I'm very much identified with my body, no? Am I established in the sense that I'm Brahman, that I'm God? Then I can be untouched. But I'm kind of still very much, I have a sense, I feel hunger. I mean, as long as the body is there, all the prakriyas of the body will happen. But mentally, am I detached from these things or am I still going along with the body consciousness? As long as I'm in the body consciousness, the material world will affect me. Simple.
Okay. That's true.
The moment I can detach myself from that, nothing will affect me. And I'll become a saksi. I'm the witness.
Yeah.
So, 2.5.
Makes sense. Purnimaji, so your question back to saying auspicious and inauspicious, in that sense, I almost feel like birth is inauspicious and death is auspicious because you're going closer.
Jnana.
Jnana. Yeah, right?
Well, you can say the human body, as we have seen, so many occasions, it's very, very Getting a human body is after many lives of a krimi, kita, jantu, plant, animal. You have passed through so many lives and then you have come to human body. So it is a sadhana for realizing myself. That way it is very auspicious. No, Shweta. You couldn't have done this jnana yagna in a cockroach body. So human body is very auspicious. But if you're going to come back again and again and again without learning the lesson, that is inauspicious. I know how many times you get kicked up to heaven, kicked down to hell, and again when your papa gets exhausted, you come back to earth to realize. When your punya gets exhausted, from heaven you are kicked back to earth. Only on earth, that is why the earth is called the mrityu loka. That is why here we can realize ourselves. We have to come back. There is no death in any other loka, by the way. FYI. Heavens, all the 7 heavens and the 7 patala lokas, there is no death. There is only kshine punya. Kshinakta hogutte. Only the credit will keeps on reducing. Punya credit, papa credit. And then suddenly one fine day you are born here on earth. So
all your prarabdha karma you can exhaust only in this earth plane.
Only you have to come back here
to work it out.
See that great famous joke. I don't know if I've repeated it a number of times, but I love it. There was a Narayana Bhakta in Tiruvannamalai. Okay, he went to Ramana Ashramak hogi Ramanange namaskara madi. He said, what do you mean? Ask who am I? There is only Narayana. I am a Narayana Bhakta. Okay, I love Narayana, and when I die I want to go to Vaikunta. Will I go? He asked. Ramana said, definitely you will go. Those shlokas will come further in this chapter. Okay, when you worship Narayana, you will go to Vaikunta. When you worship Shiva, you will go to Kailasa. If you worship Devi, you will go to Manidvipa. Okay, all these lokas are there waiting for us, depending on our Ishta Devata. So this man says, Ramana says, yes, you will go to Vaikunta. And then when in Vaikunta, what will happen? God will, so Ramana said, in Vaikunta, Narayana will welcome you and he'll make you sit beside him and say, go back to earth and inquire, who am I? Anta. So, even in Vaikunta or Kailasa, that is not the end. You have to come back to this Mrityu Loka. You have to take a human body, inquire, who am I? Realize your oneness with God, and then only there is Mukti, where Jivan Mukti, here and now. It is not in any other Loka. That is the bottom line. Ultimate is Jnana Yagna. What say? Some bhaktas, they are very happy to be there in their lokas with the Lord, which is fine, no problem. That is also fine. You can be in your Vaikunta and your Kailasa forever. But then ultimate is this path of self-enquiry, Atmajyana Vichara, Atma Vichara Marga. Who am I? Which is what we are doing in this Gita. Ultimately, we will come to that culmination. First, God has described who is a Jiva. 6. Next, he is saying who is God. He is describing now. From 13th chapter onwards, Asi, you are that anta heltare. Jiva and Ishvara are one and the same anta last 6 chapters al baratte. That is what we are studying now. Okay? Done. Any more thoughts? Can we close for the day? Nobody?
Yes. Thank you.
Vinaya is very quiet. Vinaya, what are you doing? You didn't chant also. Okay. All right then. We will close for the day. Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ನಾನು ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ ನಾನು ನಾನೇ, ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು, ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು, ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ.
Thank you, Purnima. Thank you all.
Thank you.